Aquaman himself, Jason Momoa, by the looks of it, isn't going to be reprising his role as Aquaman after Aquaman 2, having reports of him exiting the role because of just how terrible the upcoming movie is, as well as with the failed test screenings that the movie is receiving. And with the upcoming Aquaman movie, The Lost Kingdom, it also hasn't been able to do reshoots because of the amount of money that has already been spent on it. Due to the spiraling cost of the sequel, which had ballooned to over $200 million, reshoots have had to be drastically scaled back before their release, putting more pressure both on the director and the production at large. With having spent $200+ million on the movie with hardly any reshoots being done, another issue arises with having Amber Heard still being allowed to be in the film, even with the controversies that surrounds her with throwing allegations at Johnny Depp, which were proven to be false. And now, a new report came to light that indicated Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom star Jason Momoa plans on leaving the titular hero behind due to the subpar quality of the upcoming sequel. We have seen this trend with having lower lows when it comes to quality across the movie industry, especially when it comes to Marvel and their bad treatment of their VFX artists, which results in not so well looking CGI. And Aquaman 2 seems to be getting the same treatment as Black Adam when it comes to quality, to which Black Adam lost over $100 million and wasn't a giant success as Dwayne Johnson made it seem to be. Thanks to the reliable insider Jeff Snyder, fans have had word on Jason Momoa's future in the DCU. According to him, he heard Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is terrible, and that Momoa is gonna be Lobo going forward. I hear it's terrible, and that's why Momoa is going to be Lobo going forward. But they can't say that yet because then it would be a lame duck, and DC's hoping to wring another billion out of the box office. First one was awful too, so not a huge surprise. We have seen Momoa be extremely excited when it comes to the new DCEU reboot with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and that excitement most likely is him being able to play as Lobo and not Aquaman. And it does make sense if a bad word of mouth does spread, the movie will end up making less money, which is what studios don't want to end up with in the first place. But that is not all, as Aquaman 2 has failed 6 test screenings with audiences. The signs are just pointing to this movie not being received well when it releases, and that's a bummer because the first Aquaman movie was a giant box office success, making over $1 billion worldwide. However, these test screenings reportedly failed to impress the audience. Sources revealed the reaction to these test screenings, saying that many have dubbed it to be the worst DCEU film yet. That is not a good merit to have. We had Birds of Prey and Black Adam, which are some of the most worst received DCEU films that have been made, and for this to top those off, it just isn't a good sign, especially when you have multiple sources confirming that to be the case. It has held 6 test screens so far and reportedly failed all of them. Sources have described the film as boring and potentially the worst DCEU film so far. Insider viewer Annan claimed on Reddit that the film does not look great even after half a dozen test screenings. Another insider backed up his comment about the film, saying that test screenings for Aquaman 2 have not been good. Industry insider Jeff Snyder has also claimed that its test screenings have not been received very well, and that could be the reason why Momoa is being rumored to switch to Lobo under James Gunn's new DCU. The old DCU is going to be ending with Aquaman 2 on a bad note, as this is the final film before we start to see the works of James Gunn and Peter Safran start to take place. I'd like to know your guys' thoughts on this. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.